Okay, besties, grab your coffee, grab your snacks, and sit all the way down. Because this week makes last week look like a yoga retreat. We've got two of the internet's most controversial brothers arrested by actual U.S. Marshals. A rap mogul throwing punches behind bars, Zendaya accidentally confirming she's married, Cardi B caught up in international soccer drama, a former NFL star busted for a DUI after a golf tournament, an $8 million legal war between two of Hollywood's prettiest people, and Destiny's Child rising from the dead with unreleased music. This, is your weekly American Gossip Roundup, Part 2. Let's get into it. Story number 1. And besties, this is not gossip. This is a full-blown international manhunt that ended in a Miami lobby. Andrew and Tristan Tate, the self-proclaimed top G and his brother, were arrested on Friday, July 18th, by the United States Marshal Service in Miami on an extradition warrant from the United Kingdom. The charges? Rape, sexual assault, human trafficking, and possession of extreme illegal material. We're not talking about Twitter drama anymore, besties. We're talking about 7 alleged victims across cases spanning from 2010 to 2017. The British Crown Prosecution Service added 4 new victims on top of the 3 they were already pursuing. And where did the marshals find them? Just hanging out in Miami, living their best influencer life. Their lawyer, Joseph McBride, says they will fight the extradition vigorously. Of course he does. That's literally what lawyers are paid to say. Meanwhile, Andrew is sitting in a federal detention facility in Miami, probably for the first time discovering that a jail cell does not come with a podcast setup. The irony is almost poetic. Being the man who built an empire telling young men how to be alpha is now asking a federal judge for permission to leave the building. Besties, I don't know about you, but I am going to need a lot more coffee for this trial. Story number 2 is, honestly, adorable, but also chaotic in the best possible way. Zendaya, our Zendaya Brights, was at the Mexico City fan event for Spider-Man, Brand New Day on July 20th. She's walking the carpet, looking flawless as always, and a fan in the crowd yells, "Will you marry me, please?" And Zendaya stops, smiles, looks right at him, and says, "You're too late. You're too late." Besties, the crowd erupted. The clip hit TikTok and got over 1.2 million views in 24 hours. And look, Tom Holland had already basically confirmed the marriage back in June in an interview with Esquire UK when he mentioned his family was at the wedding. But this is Zendaya confirming it on her terms, in her own way, with the most effortlessly iconic 2.5 words in celebrity history. Not a press release, not a magazine exclusive, just a girl on a red carpet casually shutting down a marriage proposal with, "You're too late." That's not a response, that's a screenplay. Somebody give this woman another Oscar nomination. And to that fan in Mexico, buddy, respectfully, she was never available. She was booked and married, literally. Story number 3. Deep breath, besties. Diddy, Sean Combs, the man who is currently serving a 50-month federal sentence at FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey for, let's remember, transportation to engage in prostitution, got into a fist fight with another inmate on July 24th, inside the facility. Reports say another inmate made a remark to him. We don't know what the remark was, but whatever it was enough for fists to fly. There were shoves. There were punches. Prison staff had to physically separate the 2 men. And the result? Diddy is now in solitary confinement. Solitary. The man who used to throw the most famous parties in the music industry, white parties, rooftop parties, yacht parties, is now sitting alone in a concrete room with no parties at all. His release date was supposed to be February 2028. But here's the thing, besties. Getting into fights in federal prison can add time. Disciplinary action can delay release. So the man who had a countdown going might have just added more days to the clock And honestly, I have nothing funny to say about this one. It's just a long, slow public fall from a very tall building, and I don't think we've seen the bottom yet. Story number 4 brings us to the continent of Europe, because Cardi B decided that American drama wasn't enough. She needed international drama. So here's the situation. Cardi B was spotted at Paris Fashion Week sitting next to Maduka Okoye, a 25-year-old Nigerian goalkeeper who plays in Europe. Then they were spotted having dinner in Venice with friends. And then Okoye's ex-girlfriend and baby mama, a model named Jaleisha Westhoff, went absolutely nuclear on social media. She accused him of being unfaithful, of neglecting their son, and basically aired every piece of dirty laundry she had, all in a series of posts that were deleted almost as fast as they went up. Classic. Cardi responded on Instagram stories, saying she's been dealing with lies and bulls, her words, about every man she's been linked to since she was 20. She compared herself to Britney Spears, said even her going to dinner becomes headline news, and basically told the internet to mind its business. And honestly, she has a point. But also, girl, you were at Jean-Paul Gaultier, haute couture, sitting next to a very attractive soccer player. What did you think was going to happen? Privacy at Fashion Week in Paris? Besties, Fashion Week, and privacy have never been in the same sentence. That's like expecting silence at a Cardi B concert. It's not going to happen, and it shouldn't. Story number 5. And this one is just sad and stupid in equal measure. Tony Romo, former Dallas Cowboys quarterback, current CBS NFL commentator, the man who gets paid millions of dollars to explain football plays on television, got pulled over on Interstate 43 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on Thursday evening, July 23rd, on suspicion of driving while intoxicated after a golf tournament. A golf tournament, besties, not a nightclub, not a Super Bowl after party, a golf tournament in West Bend, Wisconsin. He failed the field sobriety tests, got booked into Milwaukee County Jail at 9:45 p.m. and was released around 11. In Wisconsin, your first DUI is technically a civil violation, not a criminal charge. So the penalty is somewhere between $150 and $300, which, for Tony Romo, is basically what falls out of his couch cushions. His court date is September 21st. And I just want to say, sir, you had the most boring day imaginable. You played golf in Wisconsin. All you had to do was drink water and drive home. And you couldn't even manage that. This isn't a scandal, besties. This is a failure of imagination. Even your crime is boring. Play better. Story number 6. The Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni saga continues. And this time it's about the bill. If you missed the backstory, these two made the movie It Ends With Us together, and then everything between them ended worse. Lively accused Baldoni of harassment and toxic behavior on set. Baldoni sued Lively for $400 million for defamation and extortion. The judge threw out Baldoni's countersuit. And then in May 2026, they settled everything out of court, right before the trial was about to start. The end, right? No. Because now Blake Lively's lawyers are asking Justin Baldoni to pay her legal fees. How much? $8,035,040. $8 million in legal fees. Baldoni's team called the number, and I quote, bloated, over-inclusive, and excessive. Which, yeah, $8 million for lawyers is excessive. But you know what else was excessive? A $400 million countersuit. You started the arms race, sir. Don't be surprised when the bill shows up. His lawyers want the judge to reduce it to a 6-figure number. Her lawyers say his scorched earth litigation tactics forced her to spend that much. And the judge now has to basically audit every single billable hour and decide who's being reasonable, besties. This is like watching two people argue over who should pay for the dinner that neither of them enjoyed at a restaurant they both hate, and the waiter is a federal judge. I'll bring popcorn. And finally, story number 7, and this one is for the culture. Matthew Knowles, father of Beyoncé, former manager of Destiny's Child, went on Page 6 Radio and TMZ this week and confirmed that Destiny's Child has 10 to 15 unreleased remixes sitting in the vault, dance versions, urban versions, and the big one, a collaboration with Missy Elliott that has never been heard by anyone outside the studio. He says the project drops within 30 days. 30 days. No reunion tour. He made that very clear. But new music from Beyoncé, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams together on a track in 2026. Besties, I was not ready for this. The last time these three made music together, I was a different person. The world was a different place. And now they're coming back? With Missy? I need a moment. I need several moments. I need to go dig out my Destiny's Child t-shirt from 2001. If this is real, and Matthew Knowles is not exactly known for under-delivering on hype, this might be the musical event of the summer. Forget the new albums, forget the tours. Destiny's Child plus Missy Elliott equals cultural emergency. I'm already pre-streaming it in my heart. Okay, lightning round. Besties, because this week had even more. Madonna dropped Confessions 2 earlier this month, and the track called Bizarre is basically a diss track aimed at her ex-husband, Sean Penn. The lyrics mention movie star, deep blue eyes, and reference a Shelby Cobra, the exact car she gave him as a wedding gift in 1985. Madonna is 67 years old and still writing diss tracks. That is iconic. Next. Emma Roberts is getting married this weekend to Cody John at his family estate in Sun Valley, Idaho. Intimate ceremony, close friends only. We wish her well. And finally, Frankie Muniz, America's favorite boy genius, announced his divorce from Paige Price after 7 years of marriage. They've been separated for a while, they're staying friends, they're co-parenting their son Mouse, and they're keeping their racing company together. Which honestly, for Hollywood, that's an A+ divorce, that's a championship divorce. More couples should take notes. And that is your weekly dose of American chaos, besties. Let's do the scoreboard. 2 brothers arrested by U.S. Marshals, a rap mogul in solitary confinement. Zendaya is confirmed married with 3 words. Cardi B is causing drama on 2 continents. A quarterback got a DUI at a golf tournament. Blake Lively wants $8 million from a man who sued her for $400 million, and Destiny's Child is back from the vault with Missy Elliott. What a week. What a country. Tell me in the comments which story had you screaming at your phone and which celebrity needs to fire their entire team immediately. If you laughed, if you gasped, if you said, "Oh no," even once, do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe, and ring that little bell, because these people are absolutely unhinged, and as long as they keep being unhinged, I will keep being here. Take care of yourselves. Besties, stay messy but not arrested in Miami. Messy. And I will see you next week. Mwah.